Baker, Cahill, Wilson, Sellers. Trustee Hartshorn is excused with illness this. Public comment. Oh, I'm down here again. I apologize. Pledge of Allegiance. Will you please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? Starting at the top. There we go. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. There's our sequence. We need to disclose action taken in closed session. We approve the resignation of an administrator. We approve the hiring of 4 classified and 1 certificated employee. We approve the promotion of a classified employee and 1 administrator. Is there any public comment?
There is one public comment. It is Mary Beal.
Mary.
All right. Do this without crying. I was just going to say, don't cry. It's been a long day at Herbert Green today. So, good evening. I know most of you heard the news from the letter that was shared with the whole district community, but I wanted you to be able to hear it from me. And I wanted to take time to share my message. Sorry. First and foremost, I have the deepest gratitude for the Herbert Green community. The opportunities I've had to lead here, develop and support staff, guide students, thank you, into becoming amazing minors have been truly enriching. Each one of you holds a special place in my heart, and I'm forever grateful for your support and dedication. But it didn't start there. I've been here for almost 20 years. I entered education, and Peggy Skinner reminded me she was at her Charles Brown when I entered as a librarian. I taught 2nd grade at Indian Creek. And during this time, I realized that year after year, I had the opportunity to teach 25 kids. I worked with Nancy, I worked with Kathy, making a difference in a classroom each and every day. It was then that I decided I needed some experience in middle school and moved up to 120 kids each year. I don't know how middle school teachers do it still, but 120 kids each year. Knowing that impact, I dreamed of educational leadership and to support teachers and staff to make a difference to the entire community. Being Herbert Green's principal, navigating the challenges and successes has inspired me to grow more. While my heart is still with Motherlode, the opportunities are not. And I have been offered and accepted a position of Director of Leadership and Development and Accountability, which allows me to develop now site leaders to build capacity at 13 different school sites and impact each of their sites while making a difference in an entire district. It's a huge honor. The decision, of course, wasn't easy, and it entails me leaving a district that has been home, the place where my kids attended, where my nieces and nephews still attend, and the place that has developed me. But this really is the best decision for me. Herbert Green is an amazing place to be. Don't let anybody else tell you different. That staff and the community as a whole, our students are future leaders working hard to achieve and develop to be the best they can. Our staff in every single position, working hard and tirelessly to support students in all aspects. Teaching, guiding, supervising, attending games, in and out of school, feeding, creating a safe environment for learning. There truly is absolutely no match. Thank you, Herbert Green, for all that you've offered. Keep doing what you do. I see you, I value you, and I will miss you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mary. We appreciate you and we wish you the best. All right, let's see, we're on to no more public comment? Community leadership. We have a Malta representative in the house.
Good evening. Thank you. This thing always weirds me out. There we go. I was expecting all of the student council members to come up and do their things from each of the schools, and they didn't. What's happening at our school sites this week? I know we've got Harvest Festival happening at both Indian Creek and Charles Brown. The 24th is the Charles Brown Harvest Festival from 4 to 6. We're doing that in conjunction with the learning the charter program on our campus. And that's from 4 to 6 again, and we would love for you to stop by and see. At Indian Creek, I believe it's the 26th, is your Harvest Festival, which is on a Saturday. I don't remember the hours. 3 to 6. Okay. We know how that goes. So I'm sure that our teachers there and our principal there would love for you to stop by and participate in that. At Herbert Green, we know that there is a door decorating contest that is starting on the 21st and will go through the 31st. So again, teachers would love for you to stop by and see all of the interesting doors that are being decorated over there. There's a Halloween rally at Herbert Green at probably around 11:15 a.m. I'm sure Mrs. Beal will tell you more in her principal's report. So I hope I'm not stealing your thunder. Okay. I always worry about that. I'm like, I have all these updates from teachers and I'm like, how much am I taking from the principals? One little update I wanted to give you about Charles Brown is that they're really proud of, we're really proud of, is that they're working on a coin drive right now that it ends next Tuesday to fill a shelf. And I know just from our initial look into what we've done as of last Friday, they've raised over $400. So we're super proud of them, and they're continuing to raise money and see what we can do to build that library of ours. Other than that, we are super grateful that we came to an agreement on our contract, and we're looking forward to that being voted on and passed tonight through the board so that we can move forward and close our negotiations for both last year and this year, which will give our negotiations team a much needed break. And that is all I have for tonight. Any questions?
No, thank you, Michelle.
Thank you.
Thank you. Jennifer?
Well, did we have, I think we had representatives from the schools.
Oh.
The children. Because were they supposed to go first?
They're not
Didn't have them on
listed
the,
here.
they weren't on
I
our
didn't miss it.
agenda.
We can put them in there.
Right now. Let's do it.
Okay.
One from each or what? What do we
I don't
have?
know, I know we have one from Indian Creek.
They may all be at cross country. That's why Charles Brown is here,
Okay.
because of that cross country.
Mhm.
My name is Mila. I'm in 4th grade and at Indian Creek Elementary School. September was a great month at school, and October is looking to be amazing. Classes have been working hard on writing, visiting the VAPA and STEAM rooms, and even trying different ways of doing math, like counting collections. Our walkathon was so much fun. Even though it was very hot, our parent-teacher club put on a great day for us. We had lots of fun. Visitors came to cheer us on. Thank you for your support. Our cross-country runners were brave in the heat. Last week at Union Mine, it was a wonderful job. Today we are running our last regular meeting at Chanel School. And next week we are doing country finals. Good luck and go Eagles. Field trips have also been starting in Indian Creek. Some classes have been taking walks to Sherwood Garden, and others are going later this week. Some upcoming field trips this month are including Ponderosa High School to watch a play called Farmyard Fairy Tale. Downtown Placerville is for the Sugar School Art Walk. In Coloma, we're learning about the gold rush. Lastly, we are having a dine out on Thursday, October 17th at Pizza Plus is giving us 20% of your school to support things like field trip, classroom equipment, events, and much more. We hope to see you there.
Thank you. Do we have someone from Herbert Green?
That's me. She's in sports.
Thank you.
At fitness.
Thank you, thank you.
Her presentation did not get finished in time,
Okay.
but she wanted to give it to you. So I'm Kelsey Marino now. So these are our haunted happenings, and I know some of this was touched on. But flag football season ended this week. Our JV team did place third. They made it to playoffs yesterday, lost to Pleasant Grove. Girls volleyball teams made it to the tournament. They played this weekend at Union Mine at 10-1. Our Halloween rally that was mentioned, it starts approximately between 11:15 and 11:30, depending on the length of the rally time. But there are these things, costume contests, games, and then some more surprises. We are selling boograms, and then last Friday, our band participated with the Union Mine Band. So a bunch of leadership students went out to support them. It was a wonderful opportunity for our kids to engage in high school band. And then you saw it before, it's happened, but KHGS is back up and running. So it will be televised with upcoming events around our town, school, weather, sports, and everything else. So those are our two hosts, Miss Kelsey and Miss Elizabeth. They wish they could be here, but wanted to make sure you had some information.
Thank you, Larry. Okay. Now Jennifer.
I'll go through here.
Good evening, Board of Trustees and Superintendent Mahoney. I come to you this evening with positive updates. A TK aide position has been filled, and we have 2 new LCAP aide positions that are filled, in addition to 2 positions added for greater support for our students, an RBT and a bilingual aide. And it is an encouraging beginning. Again, I realize that change takes time. Forward progress is progress greatly appreciated. We want to thank the negotiations team that met this Monday at last minute for CSEA and your willingness to come together so quickly. And that we came together with you presented a solid offer for our salary increase. And through the 24-25 school year and cleaning up our contract in general. This still needs to go through our what's called a 610 process through our CSEA, but hopefully it will be coming to the board at the next board meeting. So thank you so much for your continued support, and know that you make a difference.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Jennifer. Superintendent Mahoney, you have information to share?
Yeah, I think first and foremost, I would like to congratulate Mary Beal on her opportunity. And I think it's also important to be thankful for all of the service that you provided our district in such a large amount of time. I know you've held a variety of roles and had a countless impact on not just the students, but our staff. So your work is greatly appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. And then I just want to mention that we had the Organization for Social Media Safety come out last week and did presentations to students. And I watched some of those presentations and they were outstanding. I think that a lot of the kids came away with some real skills that'll help them navigate the complexities of social media. And then we had our parent event that evening, and most of the parents who came and attended were very appreciative for the information. So wanted to share that with the board as well.
Thank you.
That's it.
All right, do we have information from the board to be shared? Valerie, anything?
I had a nice conversation with a grandparent in our district of Indian Creek students who was excited at the prospect of us considering the 5th grade moving back to Indian Creek, or staying, I should say, at Indian Creek.
Okay.
Right, moving back. 4th grade staying. How do you say that? Moving back?
Yes.
No. Okay.
Moving.
But there's not kids that would move back. It's just kids that would move. Yeah. But anyway, it was a nice conversation to talk to a grandparent.
Trustee Cahill, do you have anything to share?
I do. Kathy and I had a really nice tour of all 3 campuses a couple of weeks back. And we started out at Herbert Green, and we were there for the school life flag salute. And I have to say, I was so impressed for a whole school of middle school students to be standing out there and you can hear a pin drop. I was just amazed. And then they went on to give the announcements and give out awards, and they just continued to stand there quietly. So I just want to compliment on that. I'm impressed. And then we got to pop in on many classrooms on all 3 campuses. And I saw good teaching, I saw students engaged, and I left feeling so good about everything. So thank you to all of you for what you do.
And you got down on the floor in kindergarten.
I got down on the floor in kindergarten. And I even sent her on her way because I wasn't ready to leave. And they were doing math. I mean, it wasn't like we were not playing. They wanted me to get down on the floor and count with them, let them count to me. It was just so exciting.
Did you win some money while you were down on the floor with the kids?
They were so eager
They
to
were
share
just so
with us.
eager. So
I'm curious.
It was exciting.
Yeah,
So
they wanted us to join in their excitement.
I thank you
Here,
all
here.
for the job that you did.
Trustee Wilson?
Again, we went on a tour. It was great of all 3 sites. I did attend most of the social media parent workshop last Tuesday. I was kind of disappointed that more parents didn't show because I thought it was, good. I'm glad the kids got to go through it and whatever the presenter was very good. So, that's it.
Okay, thank you. All right, we're on the consent items. Can I get a motion regarding 6.1 and ongoing?
I'll move that we approve items, you want to do 6.1 to 6.8?
6.2 and 6.9. Yes.
6.9. I don't have a 6.9.
6.2.
Looks like it's
Okay.
6.2 to 6.9.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, second that,
I
anybody?
second.
Thank you. Any discussions? Regarding warrants, contract language, transportation contract with the,
Question with that.
what's that?
Okay, sorry. This is a 1-year deal, right, Marty?
For
Transportation with the high school, right? Okay. The high school, primary school compared to high school are 2 different things. The high school drivers have been educated on our little ones and all that kind of stuff.
Most of the drivers that we have are actually also driving another elementary school.
Okay.
So
I just, it's so different. Then you get on a high school bus and you get
there
on,
has been a learning curve, but
they're learning.
yeah.
I know that kindergartners sit in the front and you have a parent to get off. I mean, just those little things make a big difference with our busing. And they always have, and they've always done a very good job with that. So that's what it's just different. And our cost covers it. We don't need to charge for transportation or anything. Wonderful. Thank you. Okay.
Any other questions or things to discuss?
No,
We've been over this?
Good.
Okay,
That's done.
all right. Are we ready to vote?
Yes.
All in favor of approval, say aye.
Aye.
It's 4 and approving. Okay. On 7.1. Disclosure and ratification of the master agreement between MLUSD and the Motherlode Teachers Association for 2023 through 2024. Do we have any discussion or questions about that? Can I get a motion on that?
I move to ratify the master agreement between Motherlode School District and the Motherlode Teachers Association for 2023 to 2024.
I'll second. Excuse me, Nancy.
All right. Again, no discussion, no question?
Nope.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, it is passed. Ratified. Information, principals report. Shall we begin with Jennifer? Please, thank you.
Great. Good evening, President Zeller and trustees. Thank you for this opportunity to share with you tonight. I'm excited to share some progress we've made at Indian Creek this past month and also to highlight some of the wonderful things that are happening at our school. Starting with enrollment and attendance, we are up a few students from the first day to 392, and we're pretty excited about our attendance rate being over 95% to start the year, so that's a big improvement. Our single focus goal this year has been on joyful literacy, and we are emphasizing both reading and writing. We did have a modest 9% growth on the CASP last year in language arts. We're encouraged by this work, but we know that we have lots more work ahead of us. For this year, we have set a measurable goal for increasing our language arts CASP scores by 5%. We also are focused on having 100% of our students from TK through engaged in regular writing activities. And we're going to be looking at growth from pre and post test. So what is the writing looking like now? So that has been a lot of fun. We did 2 separate days of professional learning together at our collaboration meetings. The first one in early September was focused on just what are the writing conditions that are needed to be happening in the classroom for writing to happen for students. And then on September 25th, we learned some strategies about the writer's notebook and some mini lessons. And so the next slide will show some samples. These are some of our students at work. I can tell you almost every day I get texts from the teachers with pictures, and they say things like, "This was the best part of our day." A 4th grade teacher said that their students went from writing 8 minutes without stopping to 25. They wanted to write all day. We've got some 1st graders over on the right-hand side. We've got some kids writing at Sherwood Garden, some kindergartners, one writing the room. So it's really fun just to see kids very excited about writing over at Indian Creek. All right, so tonight we're also here to celebrate some of our staff members, starting with Tiffany Ehrlich. She is our classified staff member, and we are excited to recognize her for all of her contributions at school. She has been an LCAP aide. She now works as the school clerk in the front office. People note that she is always warm and calm and inviting in the office. She can do so many things. She's taken on SARB and attendance, and she's just highly efficient. We just really appreciate her. She's not here tonight. She's at soccer. She also has 2 minors over here at Herbert Green. So I just want to, I hope she's listening. Give a big round of applause for Tiffany. She's amazing. And then our certificated staff person is actually here, Ashley Dubel. We're so excited to celebrate. Ashley is an amazing person and educator. She is teaching kindergarten currently. She's been in kindergarten for 13 years and 1 year in 1st grade, right? She also has Nora, her daughter, in her class this year. So that's very exciting. Not only does she give everything to Indian Creek, she also serves the district as a whole. She's a member of the negotiations team for Malta, and she's just committed to doing whatever it takes to make our school and district a great place. So we really appreciate you, Ashley. Thank you so much for your continued support of Indian Creek. If you have any questions or comments, I'd love to answer. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you,
Good. All right.
Jennifer.
Thank you.
Thanks very much. Mary?
For the 3rd time. All right, now I'm back to Mary.
Okay. Enrollment is up, attendance is down. There's a lot of reasons for that. One of that is, some of that is illnesses, and some of that is appropriately holding students to very high standards for behavior. And so in collaboration with Carmen, we have really set some standards that we believe students should achieve and be able to meet. And by doing that, we're protecting the learning environment of the other students on our campus. So that does obviously impact attendance sometimes, but we do want to make sure that students are feeling supported, and then we build in opportunities for these students to grow and learn so they don't have repeated problems or behaviors. So that does impact that. Our focus goal, as you remember, we do have the increase. But it's really great when I'm going to say we're going to increase scores, woohoo, and the staff is going to look at me and go, funny. But in reality, it was a lot of focus on collaboration. And so I have the joy of these next 3 days. I started today with some classified staff, and the next 2 days with certificated staff, of just meeting with them. 15 minutes for every meeting and just checking in. What's good? What do you need? How can I help? But we did that as a group. And so in the pictures that you see here was really just a collaboration of staff. They worked in vertical alignment and horizontal, so working across their departments and in grade levels. And it was, what do they need? And how do we help them? What are their goals? What are they going to do to help us achieve this? So what does it look like for them, and what do they need? And since this meeting, which was almost 2 weeks ago, because we do not meet on IEP Wednesdays. 2 weeks ago, we were able to fill every need that they needed, -1 from 5th grade, but they would find that a joke if there were 5th grade teachers in here. So it really was, how do we support them? They do the work, and it was really collaborative. If you come into room 15, you'll see all of the work surrounding them, so we can continue to build upon them. Two staff members. Man, it's Candy. If you guys do not have the opportunity to know Candy, man, she is a saint. Not only does she have one position that most of us would not want to have, but she is our motherload bus driver. She is that should say enough for you. She drives the electric bus, and we hear the train come into the parking lot every morning and leave. She is fantastic. The spirit she has with those kids, and you'd think that after that it was enough. Nope, she comes right over to Herbert Green and serves as a yard supervisor on the blacktop for all lunches, engaging with students again. So two probably of the toughest jobs on a school campus, and Candy does it. She does it with kindness. She does it with respect for students, and she does it just out of the pureness of her heart. So we are so lucky to have Candy. If you have the opportunity to see her, I know she's not here tonight, but definitely congratulate her. It's a well-deserved recognition. Our next one is Brenda Battle, who hung up your latest artwork for you with a broken foot, mind you. She walked down here today to hang it up. So she is our 7th grade English language arts teacher. She is also our art teacher. She is also one of our strongest advocates for our EL students. So constantly finding curriculum ways to engage, especially our newcomer EL students, into learning, supporting them in what they're doing, and then a champion for cross-curricular learning. That work that she did as a 7th grade partner with Mr. Garibay last year, teaching English and social studies together in one subject really, I think, made such an impact to our ELA scores. So continuing that practice through. Brenda is fantastic, and we are very lucky to have her leading our 7th grade team.
Larry. or
Yeah, so-
excuse me, Principal Mahoney, this is.
So Charles Brown, doing well. We added a student in this last month, and our attendance rate is maintaining a healthy 96%. So that's a really good start. Our focus goal for this year is reading, and we've been working on citing evidence, nonfiction reading, and vocabulary this last month. So that's going really well. We are using Scholastic News. It's new to us this year, but it's a great way for our students to get access to nonfictional reading and relevant current information. So they're really enjoying that. And our staff highlight is Caitlin Markin. So she was a teacher at Herbert Green last year and joins us this year as a 3rd grade teacher. And she always has such a positive attitude and is always willing to step in when needed and keep us going in the right direction. So we're really glad to have her.
Okay, let's see here. You want to speak to the 5th grade survey results?
Mark's going to pull those up. So not long ago, I'll stall. Not long ago, we had some interest from families about possibly moving 5th grade back to Indian Creek from Herbert Green. And so we wanted to get some more parent input on that. Sent out a survey asking families just for interest, just so that the board would have some information to help guide decisions going forward. And so those results came back in. We have 72 4th graders total. We heard from, we had 60 respondents. And based on looking back at who responded, it looks like we only had about 6 families that were represented twice, which doesn't really change the data much, but you can see that it's almost 92% of families would prefer that their students remain at Indian Creek for 5th grade. And 8% would prefer to stay at Herbert, have 5th grade stay at Herbert Green. I think that more telling than the numbers were the comments that families left, and it was eye-opening to me to see that a lot of families felt like it was more developmentally appropriate for students to be at an elementary school. They felt like they had connections with staff and other students that they would miss if they left at that age to go to Herbert Green. So a lot of good comments from families about in support of this move. And so now we have this information for the board to digest.
Board members, should we assign or ask our staff to address the feasibility further of possibly adding fifth grade to Indian Creek and have him do the practical, feasible nature of that and have him report to us.
Yes. I
Okay,
think so.
so Larry, we'd like you to do that. Let's see a feasibility study.
Yeah, and I'm concerned about if Indian Creek not disrupting the art room nor the STEAM room. I think that those are two important things. Rooms, I don't want to see those gone, to be honest with you there. It took us too long to get there than to disassemble them for that purpose. My grandson was one that went through fifth grade at Herbert Green. I never heard negatives, and he'd be one to tell me. Never heard, they're pretty segregated, they're totally different lunches and recess periods and whatever. So,
So you had the thought of just inviting parents with concerns
Oh,
to
yes.
possibly go on
I
campus.
observe, yes, to actually see how it's structured and what goes on and the classrooms, nothing. Observing is good, is a good thing. We couldn't do that when my grandson moved over because it was COVID. So didn't have that, that feeling. But that's just how it happened.
Okay. Any further comments or questions on this issue today? All right, thank you. Well, the next regular board meeting will be held on November 13th, as usual, 4 p.m. closed session, 5:15 open at the district office. This meeting is now adjourned.